Hi boys and girls, welcome back to our videos. We have a new topic today. We are going to focus on money and economics. So Miss S is going to start off with her social studies lesson, and then we're going to jump into some money for math later. So here's Miss S.
So we haven't had a chance to talk about this yet. So this is kind of some new stuff, but we're going to start off with very basics of economics. So or economics, whichever one you say. So we're going to start off by talking about needs and wants. And the difference between a need is obviously something that you have to have in order to survive and be healthy and take care of your body. And a want is just something that is extra nice. So sometimes people's wants and needs are a little bit different, but we're going to kind of talk about some of the basic needs and wants. So first of all, we'll start with needs. So obviously your body needs food. So there are certain kind of foods that are better than others. So this food would be a need because it's healthy, it's good for you, it gives your body what you need. But this kind of food would really be a want. Because it's not as healthy, it's something that's kind of on the side, something you can have as a good snack, but you don't really need, as delicious as they are, you don't really need Reese's dipped pretzels to survive. So, another thing, unfortunately, would be my coffee. And as much as I think I need it, it's really just a want. But something your body does need is water. So make sure that you drink water at home, especially on break, because these kind of things, again, as delicious as they are, they're something that you really want. You don't have to have it to survive. Some other needs that you have to have are things like your family, they take care of you, your shelter, so your house, your clothes. You obviously need some shoes. I'm sure many of you will say this is a need, but long before you were born, people did survive without them. So, although Miss Curtis did get pretty jealous and she thought she needed a new iPhone 11, so just saying. Another thing is a want, iPads. We can do so many cool things on them. Sometimes you might need them for different projects, but in reality, if you think about it in terms of needing them to survive, this would really just be a want. So on the same note, your needs and wants kind of go into goods and services. So goods and services are two things that people usually purchase. A good is an object, something you can touch, something you can hold, that people want to buy. And then a service is something that you pay for, but it's something that somebody actually does for you. So most of the things that I just held up, food, clothing, shoes, cell phones, boxes of Legos, these things are all goods, but there are also a lot of services. So services are things that you pay for people to do for you. So policemen, teachers, doctors, people who cut your grass, people who cut your hair, those things are all services that you're asking people to do for you. So we're gonna hold up a few things, and I want you guys in your notebooks to make a table. One side says goods, one side says services, and we're gonna hold up different pictures, and we're gonna see if you guys can figure out if it's a good or if it's a service. So pause this video and make your table, and then we'll show you some pictures and see if you can figure them out. Alright, the first one is this fancy shoe. Is this a good or is it a service? The next one are your clothes. Whether it be a shoe or pants, are those goods or services? The next one is a police officer. Is this a good or a service? So probably ask yourself for each one, am I paying for an object or am I paying somebody to do a service for me? The next one, someone who's cutting your grass. A car repairman. Fruits and veggies. a doctor, a very fancy game of Connect 4, a dentist, a new cell phone, and then the last one is a hairdresser. So you can pause the video in between each one and see if you can figure out how to sort them, and then I'll give you a minute to finish up, and then we will show you what the right answers are. Alright, so the ones that you should have on the good size, these are things that you can, they're objects that you can purchase with money, are the items that we have shown below. So shoes, Connect 4, a phone, your clothes, and fruits and veggies or any kind of food. And then on the service side, we've got a hairdresser, police officers, somebody who cuts your grass, landscaper, car repairman, doctors, and dentists. Alright, so now that we really had a quick video about economics and needs and wants and goods and services, we're going to move into math and talk about money. So people usually work and earn an income, and by income I mean they make money. And so the best way to purchase all those goods and services that you're wanting is by using money. So now Miss Curtis is going to take it away and talk to you about money.
Alright, so before we do some problems where we count money, I just want to review really quickly what each coin is worth, because sometimes they get a little bit confusing, especially all the ones that are the same color. So I'm going to see if I can hold these up. This little guy, is it blurry? No, it's good. This is a penny. What's a penny worth? 1 cent. Okay, and then this one is a nickel, and it is worth 5 cents. This one is a dime, and it's worth 10, so the dime is smaller than the nickel. And then the biggest one, a quarter, and it is worth 25 cents. So those are the 4 coins we're going to use today to count money. So I'm going to line up a few coins in a row, and we're going to show it to you, and you can pause the video. And I want you to try and count how many or how much money you have all together. And then me and Miss Sherlo will count it with you and show you how we add them up. Okay? So here is the first question. Alright, here's the first question. We have a quarter, quarter, dime, nickel, penny, penny. So pause the video and see if you can count them all together. So this first one here is a quarter, and a quarter is worth 25 cents. So then this quarter is also worth 25 cents. A dime, 10, nickel, 5, and a penny, 1, 1. So to add them all together, I like to start with the biggest ones first. So 25 plus 25 is 50, and then 50 plus 10 is 60, 60 plus 5 is 65, and then 66, 67. So all together we have 67 cents. Okay, here is the next one. It is a nickel, a dime, a nickel, a quarter, and a penny. So pause this video and try and figure out how much you have all together. Okay, so I'm going to label each one first, but then we can start with the biggest number first. So this is a nickel, which is worth 5 cents, a dime, 10 cents, a nickel, a quarter, and a penny. So I like to start with my quarter first, so I know that I have 25 cents, and then I'm going to add the next biggest number, which is 10. So 25 plus 10 is 35, and then plus another 5 is 40, plus another 5 is 45, and then plus our penny, which is 46. So altogether, we have 46 cents. Here's question number 3. We have a quarter, a dime, a nickel, a penny, a nickel, and a quarter. So pause the video and see if you can figure out how much cents you have all together.
I don't know.
Alrighty, I'm gonna start over here with a quarter. So a quarter is worth 25 cents, a dime is worth 10, nickel is 5, penny is 1, nickel 5, and quarter 25. So I'm gonna start with my biggest ones. 25 plus 25 is 50. Then I'm gonna add my 10. 50 plus 10 is 60. 60 plus 5 is 65. 65 plus 5 is 70. And the last thing is the penny, so 71. So all together, we have 71 cents. Here's our last question. We have 4 pennies, a quarter, a nickel, and a dime. So pause the video and see if you can solve it. Alright, so all of these pennies are worth 1 cent. Your quarter is worth 25, nickel is 5, and dime is 10. So I'm going to start with my quarter. Quarter plus a dime, 25 plus 10 is 35, plus the nickel, 35 plus 5 is 40, and then I'm just going to add 4 instead of adding 1 at a time, so 40 plus 4 is 44. So we have 44 cents. Thanks for watching our video. You can come back tomorrow to watch our next video. Miss Shirley's going to do some fairy tales. And for math, we are going to focus on some addition and subtraction word problems and figuring out which we should use once we read the question. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.